we look at three things that hold students back. And these are these three right here. So holding our students back could be, firstly, a belief that our talents or intelligence are fixed. Whether you think you're born brilliant at something, or you think you're born without something, without a particular bone or whatever, then it's going to hold you back. If you think you're born brilliant, then why would you work at something? If you're just brilliant, if you're gifted, if you're a natural, then you don't need to work if you're a natural. So that holds us back. If we think we're born without something, why would we bother practicing? That would be a waste of time. So that's that idea of the fixed mindset, which we're going to be unpacking in this first session today. The second thing that can hold us back is a lowered resilience in the face of setbacks and reduced recognition of persistent, focused effort. So when it comes to resilience, kids will explain, they know what it is. They know that it's bouncing when you fall. They know that it's falling down 9 times and getting back up 9 times, or that sort of thing. However, life's a really good teacher of resilience, and we actually take opportunities away from kids for them to fall down. If I take Elijah, my 6-year-old boy, to a party on the weekend, which I did last weekend and next weekend because he's in prep and I have parties every single weekend, it would seem that if they do pass the parcel, there'll be 12 kids at the party. There will be exactly 12 layers of wrapping. The music will just happen to stop on every single kid. Everyone gets to open a layer. Not only that, there's not one prize. There's 12. Every single layer gets a prize. Where do you learn about resilience if you can't even lose past the parcel? Where do you learn that you don't always win if you can't lose that? We want kids to lose a little bit when they're this big, and they lose this much, honestly, past the parcel. Everyone gets a lolly bag at the end anyway. Let them lose a little bit, and then let them work it out and get back up a bit. Otherwise, they're 18, they're 25, they're 14, and they're in our classrooms, and they've never lost in their life, and you're the bad guy giving them the bad news that they didn't pass, or they got a B+, whatever it is for them. Where do kids learn resilience if they can't fall off a trampoline anymore? They'll have nets around them. They'll have spring-free trams. So how many of us got our leg caught in a spring when we were kids, but they're spring-free and they've got nets around them? I can't talk. I bought one of the silly things. So we've taken away opportunities for kids to learn to be resilient, because you learn resilience through life. But this is the sort of thing, if we're aware of it, we can look for opportunities to let them fall with support and then say, it's okay, let's put it back together now, Humpty Dumpty sort of stuff. Now, the other thing is persistence. Kids struggle with persistence because they don't get the time perspective that we as adults have. We understand that things take time, weeks, months, years, decades sometimes, to get good at anything. But kids struggle with that because they haven't lived that long. And they can sort of think that they've been persistent. If they've been trying at maths since the start of this term and their results have not improved, they think, well, that's, what are we, week 6, 7 or something like that? Week 6? They think they've been trying for 6 weeks, it should have improved by now, and the reality is, no, 6 weeks doesn't improve. Some kids will give up after 3 minutes of a task. I don't know why I did 2 fingers for 3 minutes, but 2 or 3 minutes, whatever it is, sometimes 2 seconds. And they say it's too hard. Well, they haven't learned this resilience and persistence. We need to help them with it. I'm not blaming them, I'm not blaming families for giving pass the parcel out too willingly. But I'm saying, what can we do as educators about it? The third thing that can hold kids back, and in a moment I'm going to get you to think, hey, what does it mean for our place? That might be the biggest inhibitor. Biggest thing that holds kids back in their work or in their life. The third thing is student stress, anxiety, depression, and a general lack of mental health. If they don't have mental health, if we don't have mental health, we don't function as well, we don't perform as well, whether it's sport, music, academics, in our job. We know that well-being helps us to do a little better. These three things might be a little bit linked, you might notice, but what I'm going to get you to do is to think about, for the kids that you've come in contact with, whether it be in your current role, your previous role, your current school, whatever, I want you to think, what would be the biggest thing that holds them back of those three? Can I give you a minute or so at your tables just to have a chat about that, and then we're going to put it to vote, see what it is. Cool. Have a chat. Go. These people. I'd be cheating. 3, we put it in. Cool. And you want to watch less TV and you would like to fill your brain with good stuff, not The Bachelor. then what you could do is, instead of sitting down on your chair at home, your favourite chair at the end of the day, for me it's, the kids have gone to bed and you go, oh, bloody beautiful. And you look and you go, oh, there's a remote control. Flick. My brain now goes to mush and it's done. That is too easy. Get the remote control, take the batteries out of the remote control, it's annoying, and then leave it there. So then when you go to sit down and you sit in your comfortable chair, you go, oh, the bloody, no batteries. 20 seconds harder to turn the TV on there. Or get the remote control and put it underneath the bench over there. So you sit down in your really comfy chair, and you, oh, it's over there. Yep, okay. Now for most of us, that wouldn't work. So you gotta make the good decision 20 seconds easier. I want to read the book, right? The remote control is over there with no batteries in it anymore. The book is right here. Now when I sit down in my comfy chair, I go, oh, yeah, okay. Well, I actually want to do that, and it's now 20 seconds easier to read a book or play your guitar, which is now sitting right here where the remote control used to live. That makes sense? You make it 20 seconds easier to make the good decisions, 20 seconds harder to make the bad decisions. They did it at Massachusetts General Hospital, just by putting water in the cafeteria, in front of all the soft drink. They didn't say H2O is the way to go, they didn't slash water prices in half or anything. They just put it everywhere, and people bought 25% more water. They made it easier for people to do the right thing, so people did. It's called choice architecture in the research. It's really, really cool.
So what was the most important thing that you got out of the Unleashing Personal Potential Day?
I like how Luke unpacked all the research and the reports and then gave us a story to match. Then we could sit down and share our experiences with the other people in the team, and then be able to take that application and how we're going to use that in the school.
I really liked how we discussed how it's good to give progress praise instead of person praise, and I think that's got really good applications for student assessment in class.
Today, I think the favourite part of the day was the introductory bit about the neuroplasticity of the brain and just the procedures that are put in place to keep those lines open and strengthening them so that you can change from the fixed mindset to the growth mindset.
I think just consolidating the ideas that social emotional learning is really so important for our kids these days, and we don't take enough of that into account. I loved the active listening, and I think it's something that our kids really need to learn to show that everybody else counts and develops understanding and empathy for others.
I really enjoyed learning about the third space and using that time in between activities, whether it be work and home life, to reset emotionally, and the practical application of that.